London Central, Illinois, WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today, Taylor Baxter, City Manager for the City of Farmer City. Good morning, Taylor. Good to see you again.
Hi, Seth. How are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome to spring, by the way.
I know. It's been a little bit since I've been over here. So, yeah, it's spring now.
It's spring now.
Love it.
Yeah. Yep.
Love it.
I hope we're past all those gloomy, chilly, rainy days and all that stuff. So
you just put it out in the universe, Seth.
Well, you know what? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I feel pretty good about it.
I do
Anyways, let's dive into City of Farmer City. It's been a while since we've had you on. There's been an election since that time. What's new in Farmer City after the election?
Yeah, you're exactly right. We had the election, and we had a couple new council members come in, and another one got reappointed. So, as far as the outgoings go, Jason Stroh and Shelley Friedrich, they were both on the council for many years and served the city of Farmer City in that capacity, and they did it for a long time. So we're very thankful for their efforts, and it's really a thankless job. You know, whatever city you're in, you get paid a little bit, but it's not nearly enough for what you have to deal with as a council member. There's a lot of hard decisions, and just the calls from the public, and everywhere you go, you're going to get hit up. So thank you to them for their service. And incoming is Curtis Bozarth and Chad Jacobs. So we're excited to have them on board. And they had the last meeting, their first meeting at Monday night's council meeting. And then we had one open seat that needed reappointed, and the mayor decided to have Willard McKinley reappointed to the council. He's been a longtime council member, so we're excited to have him still on board with us.
Gotcha. So a little change there, but business continues on. Yeah. What's been on the council's radar lately?
Yeah, well, for our last meeting, the mayor made a proclamation, and my girls at City Hall are going to be really upset with me that I'm going to say this, but very thankful for them. This is Municipal Clerks Week. So municipal clerks, again, no matter what town you're in, they are the unsung heroes of City Hall operations and just city operations. There's so many things that flow through that office. They have to keep track of all their records. A lot of the times they're in charge of the FOIA requests, and anything and everything to do with city operations somehow is affected by the city clerk. So Angie and Billy, thank you for all that you do. You're very much appreciated.
Nice.
That was nice to recognize them. The other meeting that we had in May, the last one in April, we had a budget workshop, and we were talking through things on budget, and a lot of infrastructure projects going on. I've talked about these before. A lot of street work, sidewalks. There's some sewer linings, water main replacements. A lot going on. It's still happening, and some things are getting delayed, like our the Safe Route to Schools sidewalk project. I'm working through that with our engineers and IDOT engineers. We had a Zoom call the other day. The Route 54 sidewalk project, for those that are familiar with it or not familiar with it, that old Casey's that's kind of at that four-way intersection in Farmer City, all the way down past the new Casey's, there's going to be a new sidewalk coming in there. All we're waiting for is IDOT to announce the grant award, and we're ready to go to submit our stuff.
Nice.
So we're kind of just waiting. There's not a whole lot that we can do. So I think it's going to get pushed back to 2026.
Oh, no.
As far as the bidding process and all that. So
yeah,
it is what it is. There's not a whole lot we can do about it.
Why do you need a sidewalk to that Casey's there?
There's a lot of, safety is the biggest thing. There's a lot of people that walk back and forth between downtown and one side of town to the other, and it's dangerous, quite frankly. I mean, there's ways you could go through town and it'd be a little bit safer, but just easy access for those that are either riding bikes or walking, and just safety is the biggest thing there.
Gotcha. Yeah. Any other summer projects coming up this year?
Besides the pool, which that's another animal that we'll get into. I-74. I've talked about that. I know Sue did a lot when she was the city manager here. That's still a work in progress, and there's going to be dirt moving in the summer, regardless of what's going to go in there. tabling development out of Mahomet. We're working with them, and they've done an excellent job trying to get people to come into that spot. So they own 10 acres. The city owns 10 acres, and it's really a partnership between us two and trying to get a developer to come in and put something in there. So
Gotcha.
there is an interested party. I think there's some background info that they're trying to figure out, and is it too close to another location? And so things are happening behind the scenes, but regardless, dirt's going to start moving for a street. It's about 300 feet. That's going to happen regardless of what goes in there.
Nice,
So,
nice. And when will that get started then?
I think it's this summer.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Nice,
Yeah.
good stuff. Well,
Yeah.
moving along with
Mhm.
that, that's great. So no other major things happening in terms of summer construction, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, with that, with us, our big project on that is the extending the utilities, so water, sewer, and electric. So something unique with Farmer City is we actually own the electricity utility. So
Mhm.
we're actively involved in all of that. That comes with lift stations, that comes with piping, that comes with electrical poles. A lot of things happening there. But no, just a lot of updating. A really big push for the council that I kind of talked about in the budget discussions is economic development and
Mhm.
branding and downtown development. How do we make our downtown nicer? And we have a beautiful park that's right in the center of town, just similar to Clinton. So really working on those things, try to make it better, and kind of use that momentum of I-74
Yeah.
and try to get ahead of it.
I had Kurt Holman in just the other day,
Mhm.
in fact, DCDC, and
Yep.
one thing he is pushing for more is support from, Farmer City, Clinton, DeWitt County.
Yep.
Where does Farmer City stand in its support of DCDC?
Yeah, so he came. That's a great segue. He came into our meeting on Monday,
Mhm.
and he brought Paul Scourin, CEO of the hospital, and Scott Baum,
Mhm.
and as support, just understanding, DCDC is making a big impact in DeWitt County. Obviously the big one it was Clinton had a huge success story with Quick Wall coming in, but that wouldn't have happened without Kurt. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Just the easiness of working through one person and him navigating the county and all of the city and kind of being a one-stop shop for economic development. So Kurt came in, and the city fully supports DCDC and what they have going on, and believing in Kurt and what he can bring to the county.
Nice.
We're very thankful for him and his efforts for sure.
Gotcha. Very good. So, so let's transition then, Taylor, into budget a little bit. How's the budget in Farmer City? That process is it wrapped up or is it ongoing?
We're done. We're done. Yeah. So our budget cycle is May 1st to April 31st. So we had our last meeting in April where we approved that. The meeting before that was kind of a budget workshop. So it's all done. We're in a good spot. Farmer City, again, for the little town that we are, we've got a lot of good things happening. There's a couple of TIF districts. There's a business district. There's just a lot of things that are good and helpful to try to help us move forward. And within those, we're going to be spending some money next year, and really this year, where not that we haven't done that in the past. It's just I talked to them about them as in council. We can just stay where we're at and hope for the best, or we can try to be strategic and we can plan and work towards, growth. And how do we do that? So that's really where we're going to spend a lot of time and effort this year.
Is strategic
planning, marketing, branding's a whole. I mean, you can have a marketing campaign for residential. You could have a marketing campaign for business people that are coming in. You can have a marketing campaign for tourism. And that's really where we need some expertise, and a branding consultant is going to help us with that, I think.
Gotcha. So I know you were instrumental in the strategic plan in Clinton. I guess speak to what you learned in that process that you can now utilize in Farmer City.
Yeah, it was really a great process. I loved going through that. Our municipal support helped Clinton with that. And, if we were going to go through something like that in Farmer City, I would certainly like to involve him in that. It's just, you got to have a plan. And if you don't have a plan, you're just kind of going year to year, and here's what we're doing, here's what needs fixed right away. You're not really working towards anything. You're just kind of taking care of the immediate needs. But when you have that plan, every single department has their own ideas, their own needs, their own wants, and how does that mesh between the council's vision and what the department's needs and wants are too. So that plan really helps, and they have one now. I think Sue went through it a few years ago with the council, so we're working through that, but always
Gotcha.
needs updated, and
Yeah.
time goes by and new things happen. So
Gotcha. So strategic planning is kind of the name of the game in the year ahead then.
yeah, I think so. And again, a lot of it's going to be marketing and branding related.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay. More of that than like, I guess what is like in the current strategic plan
Mhm.
that you can market, that you can brand? How about some of those things?
Yeah, the I-74 has been talked about for a long time. That's
Mhm.
it, really, and again, any town you're going to want to plan for economic development. How do you grow? How do you take care of the existing infrastructure? All of those things are getting handled in each year's budget.
Mhm.
It's just, okay, do we need to put money aside for, and even we were talking about this in Clinton, a new city hall,
Mhm.
a new police station, fire station. We don't take care of the fire station in Farmer City, but this isn't new to any city. So it's really just each councilman, especially with the new council, they might have opinions that differ from the previous council. So
Mhm.
it's aligning those goals, those visions, and kind of everybody going on the same boat moving forward.
Yeah, pulling in the same
Mhm.
direction as,
Yep.
as they say. Anything else out of budget, Taylor? We need to mention before we take a break.
No, I don't think so. It was the first one with Farmer City, so I'm very thankful for the department heads and our entire staff. They did a great job, and a huge shout out to just the spouses of city managers and city administrators. There's so many times I went to my girlfriend and just, hey, this is what's going on. This is what, how do I work through this? And so shout out to her. So thankful for her and what she was able to do to help me get through it.
That's
So.
good stuff. And very good. Very good. Taylor Baxter, he is the city manager for the city of Farmer City, our guest in studio. More to come with him on the morning show.
WHOW. Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW. WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Again, my guest in studio today, Taylor Baxter, City Manager for the City of Farmer City, in studio with us today. And Taylor, you mentioned the pool. What's going on with the pool? Are we going to open up for the season here in a few
I
weeks?
sure hope so. That's the goal.
That's the line with every pool, right?
That's the goal.
Can we come
yeah.
over and swim? I hope so.
Yeah.
You just never know what's going to happen with those things.
Yeah, it's an older pool, it's older machinery, and that's what happens. And it's not just Farmer City's issue. It's all over the place, Midwest. My gosh, just with the weather that we have and everything that happens, wintertime. And if you don't winterize it right, I'm not saying that's what happened here. It's just a lot can happen. So yeah, we filled it up early. I wanted to do that to make sure that, if we have something going on, we got time to fix it before we open up. So we filled it. It's a little green right now. So we've got the chemicals in there, and we're pumping a bunch of hydrochloric acid through there, and then the chlorine's coming next. So all things considered, it
really takes like 5, 6, 7 days of just pure sunshine on it to really kill off everything and clear it up. So
it's a combination of what we're doing behind the scenes, and then Mother Nature helping us. Like you said, it's just some of those things you just need help with, and that sunshine is definitely part of it.
Right. So everything's good though?
Yeah, we repaired the leak. Fingers crossed. Now I just put it out in the universe, so we'll see what happens now. It'd be my fault. But no, we got it patched from where the initial leak was at last year, and the water level is staying the same. So all things considered, we're okay. And so we've been checking the chemicals, and so we're hopeful. Those lifeguards in Farmer City, if you're interested in being a lifeguard, come and get your application, because this is what happens every year. It sounds like is once school gets out, I guess I need a summer job. And so we're down in numbers on lifeguards, but that happens every year. But the city of Bloomington is going to help us out, or not the city of Bloomington, excuse me. Bloomington Normal YMCA is going to help us with a lifeguard certification at the end of May. So we're hopeful for that, and we'll see where we're going.
Nice.
But all things considered, we're doing pretty good.
Do you have a manager for the pool?
I do. Yeah, her name is Megan Clavey. She has management experience before and aquatic experience, so she's coming over to us, and she's from Champaign, and she's a really good person and a good leader, and she's been over here working on things and learning and just getting everything ready to go. So
fingers crossed. Things are well right now.
I hope so.
All right.
I sure hope so.
Well, let us know if that changes.
You'll hear about it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Very good. So when is opening weekend for the pool?
The goal is Memorial Day, but that's also the time that our lifeguard certification is happening too. So I don't think it's going to be Memorial Day weekend like we had hoped. So I think it's going to be that next weekend. So whenever...
Like 30th, 31st-ish?
Yeah, because when's Memorial Day? The 30th?
26th.
Okay. Yeah, so I think it's going to be, yes. So our lifeguard certification is 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Okay. So I think that next weekend, the end of May, so Heritage Days weekend, I think that's going to...
Oh, wow.
I think that's going to be...
Good segue there.
It is.
Heritage
Day.
Day.
Talking about next.
Yeah, Heritage Days coming up right around the corner. Tell us about Heritage Days.
Really excited for Heritage Days. I've heard about it. Obviously, being over in Clinton, you hear what's going on in neighboring towns, and we as in Clinton had the Big Apple and Pork Festival, and obviously that's a huge thing. But this is Farmer City's big event, and really exciting things that are happening over there. It's being held at the Raceway for the first time. So it used to be held downtown and bringing a stage. So this is actually being moved for the first year. As I about knock over the mic.
You're good.
So we're gonna see how that goes.
Now, will it encompass the whole like fairgrounds or just the Raceway?
Yeah. So they're gonna. From what I've known, I haven't seen a layout, and I think that's what we're working with to be able to assist them is, there's going to be carnival. There's going to be the vendor show. There's going to be a car show. And all of that stuff is happening out there. And
wow, nice.
Yeah. And then, so
will there be races those nights then too?
I don't believe so. I don't think.
Okay.
I could be wrong, so
Mhm,
don't
mhm.
shoot the messenger. I haven't checked that, but I don't believe so, because what's happening is there's going to be concerts on Friday and Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
Cody Canada is on the 30th, and then Drew Baldridge is on Saturday the 31st.
All right.
So good country guys that are up and coming. I've listened to Drew Baldridge before live, and he's great. Cody Canada I haven't, but he's got some good songs out right now, and
Okay.
it's a really good pull for Farmer City. It's pretty neat.
What's the cost for Heritage Days?
So from what I've seen, and this is all I've just seen online, and me being the newbie, I could get something wrong, but a lot of that stuff is free. Like, you can come in and you can look at the vendors, and I'm sure the carnival is going to cost something. There is a free community dinner, so that's kind of unique. But FarmerCityHeritageDays.com, that's where you would need to go to find all that information. I believe the concerts, there's a cost to that, just to be able to get your tickets and be able to them to be able to offset some of their costs. So
Sure.
Yeah, FarmerCityHeritageDays.com is the place to go for all that info.
Sounds good. Very good. Well, Taylor, Heritage Days comes up last weekend of May, and really a good way to usher in the summer. So yeah, anything else going on in Farmer City you want to highlight today?
I think that's it. I mean, it's a lot of really good stuff happening. There's people driving around. We got our crews out on the mowers, and the grass is growing.
Oh, you can't keep up with it right now.
It's insane.
It really is.
It's crazy. Dandelions popping up everywhere. It's
by the time you mow them, they're up the next day, and it's just it's wild.
Yeah.
So well, a lot going on. We look forward to kind of hearing about how the summer happens and what's going on this year with Farmer City. Taylor, best way for folks to, whether it's Heritage Days, all the things in Farmer City, where do they go for all of that?
Yeah, so we have our website, cityoffarmercity.org, and then, like I said, for Heritage Days, FarmerCityHeritageDays.com. We both have Facebook pages, City of Farmer City, and I'm sure it's going to be under something with Heritage Days Farmer City as well. So
sure.
Make sure you follow both of those and keep updated on our website.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming out today, Taylor. Good to see you as always.
Thank you for having me, Seth.
Taylor Baxter is the city manager for the City of Farmer City. My guest in studio this morning. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Network news on the way.
WHOW.